Hello, my God. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tennis Ace. There we go. Welcome back. Let's just keep this here for now. It's a better view. I walk on a bench outside the school building, quietly watching people walk around aimlessly. For some reason, I haven't felt very energetic today. I tried to explore a little more, but could feel myself zoning out quite quickly. Instead, I decided to just relax and enjoy the warm, gentle heat and watch the sunset outdoors. I have to admit, looking at the masses of people moving around, it's kind of relaxing sometimes. Not that this would be my first choice of how to spend a Sunday afternoon or a holiday. Just something good enough to do when there's nothing better to do. Yeah, that sounds about right. Still, a little part of me in the back of my head feels antsy. I spent most of the day gripping my pocket and checking my phone to see if Keikun messaged or called me already. I don't know why I'm so anxious, but I can't seem to help checking every few minutes. I have imagined he'd have called me by now, but still nothing. Other than daily messages I get from Shuichi and Saya, I haven't gotten any notifications today. It's kind of sad when I think about it. I feel like a puppy anxiously waiting by the door for its owner to come home. Well, I might be playing up the dramatics a bit in my head, but that's about the gist of it, I think. Ah, Benjamin-kun, whoever that is. A voice calls me from somewhere amidst the crowd, snapping me out of my daze. Ah, it's the horny pair. It's the horny siblings. I see a pair of huskies walking in my direction, big smiles plastered on their faces. Fancy meeting you here, stranger. Stranger? What else should I call the person I didn't even bother to answer my message this morning? Me not answering a text doesn't make me a stranger. You're being way too dramatic. I'm the one who should be calling you that. Sheesh, if Aki-kun didn't text me so often, I wouldn't even know whether you're still alive. Twice. We've only talked twice since my dad's party. You could have been dead for all I know, and I wouldn't know. Aki-kun is the only one who cares enough to keep in touch with me. Hitoka pouts, crossing her arms to look away from me with a huff. Still think I'm the dramatic one? You get a pass this time. By the way, Hitoka, just how often do you and Aki text? I mean, back when we had that typhoon, he spent 2 hours in the living room just texting you. Is that a common occurrence? Yeah, we talk every day. He's such a good boy, always diligently messaging me and checking up on me, always answering promptly. Why do you ask? Are you serious? I know I said it was a joke to tease him, but could it be that Dwarf actually does have a crush on her? Now that'd be rich. Putting that aside for now, what are you doing out here spacing out? I thought you'd be window shopping. Yeah, well, I guess I got caught up in a wave of exhaustion. I decided to just sit down and relax for a bit. Although it was probably an hour ago. What about you two? I thought you said you had no free time at all during the festival. The student council had a few volunteers to help us. Hitoka was among them, so I was able to get through the pile of backlogged papers. The other members told me to take it easy after that and take the day off. I wasn't really going to accept, but she insisted. This is my only chance to spend a high school festival with you since you'll be graduating this year. I didn't want to miss it. I know. Thank you for helping me out, Hitoka. You're an amazing little sister. Shuichi puts his hand on top of her head, petting her enthusiastically. Whatever you say. She might have gotten a lot more standoffish in recent years, but she can't hide that she still likes the attention. Mostly because her face is super red and her tail is wagging like a helicopter blade. It's pretty cute, actually. So, you guys are just going around checking out the festival? Yep, just chilling out and trying to have a good time. Want to join us? Oh, that would be nice. Come with us, Benjamin Coon. Normally I'd accept your offer, but I grab my phone from my pocket and wave it in the air. I already made plans for the day. Keisuke invited me to join him backstage while they work on finishing touches for the band performance. Something about offering moral support. Shuichi clicks his tongue, making a long, drawn-out humming noise. Is that so? You and Urashihara have been spending a lot of time together recently. Didn't he spend the day at your house during the typhoon, too? Sort of. It was an accident. He wanted to offer us a ride to school, so we didn't have to walk during the rain, but when it picked up, he had to stay inside. Is that so? Still, I didn't know you guys were so close. When did that happen? I don't really know how to answer that. I don't even know how I'd qualify us anyway. Sure, we spent a lot of time together, but I don't know. Part of me is still dissatisfied. I might just be getting greedy. Besides, if the girl he's confessing to today accepts, we might be seeing a lot less of each other as he starts dating. That's if he hasn't confessed already. What if he's already dating and just hasn't said anything? Wouldn't even invite me backstage if that were the case. Hitoka taps Shuichi in the stomach with the back of her hand, shooting her brother a censoring glare. Geez, Shuichi, don't be so jealous. It's not like he's gonna replace you as his best friend. You guys are BFFs. I didn't say anything. Besides, BFFs, we're not 15-year-old girls. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me dead using that word. Hitoka pouts again, huffing and puffing in disapproval. Her eyebrows quiver so much that they look like they were breakdancing. Breakdancing. Though I might be exaggerating a tad. You two are so boring. There's nothing wrong with letting your friends know how much they mean to you. Of course you think that. You are a 15-year-old girl. Excuse you, I'm 16. Like that makes any kind of difference. You're only 2 years older than me. Don't act so high and mighty. Anyway, you're going to be joining Urashihara instead of us then. Don't just ignore me either. Hitoka-chan fusses around, but Shuichi completely tunes her out, her presence. Sometimes I really believe this man has the patience of a saint. Yeah, sorry. Like I said, I already made plans for it, and I wouldn't want to ditch him last minute. I see. That's alright then. Is everything okay? Your face is kind of scary. I just said it's alright, didn't I? You're reading too much into it. You're totally annoyed right now. I can easily tell. Shut up. It's none of my business whether he wants to spend time with Urashihara. Why should it bother me? You say that, but you really do look really annoyed. Why is that? I don't understand. Okay, now we gotta deal with this shit in two different routes. Okay, Shuichi, you get a little bit of time to be butthurt because you lost a chance to be with your childhood crush. A little bit of time. After that, you're a dick. You haven't really found out yet, but you got your suspicions, so you're still within the green zone to be a little bit like, oh, what the... But, if you take it too long like you did in the June route, then you're going to lose your fucking sympathy points. I mean, sure, you two bicker like an old married couple, but you're still good friends despite that. Besides, Shuichi's never had a problem with Kei-kun before. Anyway, let's get going, Hitoka. I only have one free day for the entire festival, so I want to check out as much of it as I can. Okay. Hitoka quickly follows behind Shuichi, her tail wagging. It takes a while for the two to disappear into the crowd thanks to Shuichi's size, but they are eventually totally out of my sight. I quietly mused to myself just how off the entire situation just now was. Still, I decided to shrug it off, since there isn't anything I can do about it. It's not like it's a problem either. Shell's been working non-stop for days. He's probably just in a bitter mood. Ah, just then, the phone I was holding in my hand begins to ring and vibrate. Catch me off guard, and I take a second to react. The screen clearly shows me Keisuke's contact, and I feel my heart, ow, speeding up a little. You fucking asshole. Hello. Hello, is that some kind of internet greeting? I wasn't sure if I was going to say... Oh, it would be high-low. There you go. Hi or hello, I ended up mixing both up. Nah, you just caught me by surprise a bit. Surprise? I did tell you I was going to call today. Yeah, well, but I didn't know when. Fair enough, I guess. I just finished my last shift at a haunted house and I'm heading to the music club room. Can you meet me there? Sure, no problem. Great, I'll see you in a little bit. Oh, and you don't need to knock when you arrive. Just come in. Just as I would expect from K-kun, he doesn't waste time on the phone, quick and to the point. Still, I get up from the bench and rush over, faintly aware that my tail is wagging the whole time. Oh, God, fucking Christ, and oh, fucking Christ. Christ. I don't want to look up all of these fuckers' voices again. I will say, he's saying that we're screwed. What are we gonna do? That fucker, there's something wrong. Remember my prediction? Let's see what happens. Countdown flying off the handle isn't going to help us any. But Ichigo's on. Hey, pardon the intrusion. I do as K-kun instructed me and just made my way inside without worrying too much about manners. The sight I see is that the band members all sat in a circle inside the room with uncomfortable looks on their faces. Theirs faces. To say that the mood is tense would be an understatement. Benjamin-san, please shut the door. Alright. Is something the matter? Is this an intervention or something? I swear I haven't been spending that much time playing games. I can quit anytime I want. Sorry, but now is not really the time for these kinds of jokes. Okay, what's up? We have a problem. Everyone else looks to be varying levels of freaking out. The Calico and the Raven both seem to be unnervingly calm. Minazuki is sitting with her back to the wall, looking up at her bandmates with worry, while the Raven merely has an unreadable expression of his. What's wrong? Ah! Oh, that's check mark like 2 out of 3 of my prediction. 1, that there would be a problem. 2, that it would be about her voice. Check mark number 3 is that Keisuke has to sub in. Remember, like the sub he is? That's the fucking joke I made. My voice. As soon as she squeaks, my stomach sinks. Her voice barely comes out at all, and what does come out is raspy and pained, like her vocal cords are all scraping against metal when she speaks. Minazuki, what happened? This idiot, this stupid idiot overworked herself and her voice until her body couldn't take it anymore. Even though we all kept telling her to take it easy, and now look what happened! Keisuke, you need to calm down too. We won't get anything done if everyone gets into a shouting match. Sorry. Minazuki looks up at K-kun with a sad smile and drooped eyebrows. Minazuki seems to have gotten sick. Whether it's due to exhaustion or some kind of cold, I don't know, but she's burning up in fever, and her voice is as you heard. There's no way she can perform like this. So the show... We were just arguing what to do about it. Apparently they didn't want me to be distracted from my class project, so they didn't tell me until I arrived here. I have no idea what they were doing before I got here, though. I only just learned of the situation a couple of minutes ago. Mitsuguchi-san asked us to wait. She said she thought her voice would come back if we gave it time. Which most clearly didn't work. Coyote grabs a glass of water and hands it to Minazuki, who looks at her appreciatively. Yes, we were about to discuss what we should do when Keisuke arrived, and then you came as he was venting over the situation. What is there to do? If the vocalist can't perform, then there's no show. It's as simple as that. Kagaho sighs, rubbing his brow and tapping his foot repeatedly. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him so obviously annoyed. That is true, unfortunately. But this would be the band's very first performance. We can't cancel it. It's out of our hands. It's not like Ichigo can just magically get better and put on a show. These things don't happen. These things just happen. But... The coyote, Shoko-chan, puts a hand on her friend's shoulder, grabbing her attention and shaking her head sideways. Miu's entire body sags as she sits down on the poof next to Minazuki. The cat wraps an arm around the raccoon and squeezes her waist. So this is it, huh?
Not necessarily.
Everyone turns their heads at the same time, raising their eyebrows in curiosity. I swear to God.
Kate.
I fucking called it!
Kate-chan can sing.
Minazuki smiles and nods, looking up at Keisuke bright-eyed and seemingly satisfied. Whoa, what are you... I agree. Keisuke gets cut off by the Raven, whose voice echoes resolute and certain. Don't be crazy, I've already covered for her once in rehearsal and no one here was happy with my performance. What makes you think doing it in a show would be a good idea?
I kinda have to agree. Not that I have anything against his voice, but if he freezes when we go out on stage, then it's as good as a death sentence for us.
Don't be so dramatic.
She's right, though. Besides, I can't get in the groove without Ichigo-san's voice supporting us.
I agree. The other members of the band look between each other uncomfortably. It's clear to me that they're not trying to project the idea outright, but they seem to have a hard time agreeing to it too. There you have it. There's no way I could do it. Minazuki reaches up and grabs Keisuke's hand, making him jump in surprise. She seems to be completely ignoring everyone's presence, looking up into Keisuke's eyes with a fiery gaze.
Kei-chan, please. We need you.
Even with her failing voice, her tone still commands authority. The hesitant members of the band shudder as soon as her voice is heard, all of them looking down at the floor. I can't. We're not going to beg if that's not what you want, but can you take a few minutes to think about it? Maybe take a walk while you consider it. Kago. Kei-kun looks around the room, seeing the faces of all his bandmates quietly, staring at him expectantly. His eyes flicker away from the entire group as he nods, turning his back and walking out of the room. Wait, Kei-kun!
Oh, we're gonna have a pep talk. We're gonna convince him to sing on the show.
I quickly follow after him, running out of the room without a second thought of the people still left inside. They're all minor characters, fuck them. Kei-kun walks through the crowd, not stopping for a second to wait for me or even acknowledge my existence despite me calling out for him a few times. I decide to merely follow behind and try not to lose sight of him. He walks up the stairs to the last floor of the building. The amount of people packed the hall slowly dwindles for each floor we go through. Kei-kun, where are you going? I receive no response, even though by this point I have already caught up to him and I'm basically walking side by side with the guy. Finally get tired of just following around and roughly grab him by his arm, forcing him to spin around to face me. Keisuke! He comes to a halt, his arm going limp in my grasp, and he looks away from me. For a fraction of a second, my mind registers the possibility that we might be calling too much attention to ourselves, but I decide to just ignore it. This isn't the time for me to worry about this kind of thing. Jesus, are you going to ignore me forever? Talk to me here! What about? What do you mean, what about? What just happened, you dumbass? I don't know how to process it. Why not? It sounds like a great opportunity. Opportunity? Ichigo is sick, and now I'm being asked to do the part of a singer. I didn't sign up for this. Didn't you join the band specifically because you wanted to sing and play, but got intimidated by their skill? Okay, if you're just going to calmly point out the flaws in my rhetoric, then I don't know how to argue with you. Tell me one reason why you shouldn't. I can't. That's not a reason, that's an excuse. That's not fair. How can I be expected to just do something like this out of nowhere? I'm not prepared. I haven't rehearsed. I can't. Oh, please. I know you. You're the type to know the songs all by heart because you feel like you need to. It's one of the few times where your pain in the ass habit of researching everything pays off. Pain in the ass? That part was I was supposed to think, not say. Look, I obviously can't tell you what to do, but they're right that you should consider it. Not just for the band's sake, but for yourself too. When would you have a chance like this again? To perform live with a band in front of a crowd? Yeah, as a stand-in vocalist. Besides, we don't even know if we'll actually have a crowd. We can't know how many will show up until the actual show. Besides, to sing in public is just too embarrassing. I'm getting jitters just thinking about it. Then don't think about it. How can I not think about it? That's not a reasonable thing to ask. Do you just stop thinking whenever you have something important to do? Yeah, pretty much. You're kidding me. No! I'm not really the type to dwell on things like that, save for a few rare instances, and even then I more or less deal with them as I go. Wow. Look, you're always going to have a lot of reasons why you shouldn't do it. It's too risky. It's scary. The downside of it goes wrong. The downside, if it goes wrong, might be embarrassing, yada fucking yada. But that doesn't mean it isn't worth trying. Think of what will happen if you do succeed. Wouldn't you feel so happy and satisfied with yourself? You'd finally have a chance to sing and be recognized for it. Put a hand on his shoulder, flashing the hair an appreciative, encouraging look. I can feel warmth surging from my chest, and just seeing the hesitant look on his face gives me an almost overwhelming desire to hug him. Still, I managed to curb that desire, not wanting to overwhelm him more than he already is. Besides, I don't want to call attention to myself right now. The way you speak, it sounds like you don't even think there's a chance of me screwing this up. That's because I don't. And there isn't. How can you have so much faith in me when I don't even have faith in myself? You're far too critical of yourself. You really are your worst enemy. I, on the other hand, have gotten to know you a lot better lately. Sure, I don't claim to know everything about you, and you've surprised me lots of times with how capable you are. You should really consider giving yourself a chance. If anything, at least you'll know where your limits are. This must be really important to you if you're capable of spewing out all these cheesy lines just to try to convince me. Hey, I was speaking from the heart. You really think I can do this? If I didn't, I wouldn't be encouraging you to do it, would I? Right now, he doesn't need me to bullshit him or offer empty praise. I just need to be honest, as painfully honest as I can be. Jeez, not a second of hesitation there. Not usually the type to hesitate. Right. Try saying that to me again the next time we go out to eat and you're taking a lifetime to pick from the menu. What? Isn't that two different things? Sure they are. 100%. Jeez, I'm trying to be supportive and you mock me. You're quite an ass, aren't you? Not that I mind. What if I get on stage and I choke? What if the pressure is just too much for me and I can't handle it? Oh, that's a fucked up choice right there. Believe in yourself or trust me. Huh. What the fuck? What kind of choice is that? And see what trust me says. That's not going to happen, Keikun. I know you can do this. I wish I could believe that. Look, I know you have a hard time having faith in yourself. You're the kind to not believe in your own instincts, and instead, you only do things after researching them carefully. I get that. But I'm telling you that I do believe in you. So you can try to trust me. So can you try to trust me when I say I see qualities in you that you don't see in yourself? That's a very cheesy thing to say. And yet, it's the truth. Come on, aren't I always a great judge of character and skill? This and that are totally different things. Oh, you're stealing my line now. Just because it was wrong when you said it doesn't mean it's wrong when I do. Hypocrisy! Look, if you think you're going to fail spectacularly, then I'm already going to tell you again that's not happening. You're much more resilient than you give yourself credit for. And I know what I'm talking about because I'm the one who's been seeing your progress from the outside as an unbiased observer. I don't know about that. If you need some encouragement, then just try to remember that I'm going to be in the middle of the audience. Does that help? You expect that to be encouraging? You must have a really high opinion of yourself. Oh, ouch. You could have just said no. True. But that would mean losing an opportunity of ribbing you, and that is just something I couldn't justify to myself. I'm not gonna lie, it would kind of make me happy if that had cheered him up, though. But now's not the time to be thinking about this. Are you going to do it? To be honest, I'm still not sure. And I don't think I'm really going to be, but I think it's at least worth a shot. That's great. Come on, let's go back and tell him before you change your mind. Grab Keisuke by the hand and start dragging him away with me back to the club room. Wait, put him in, son. I can walk myself. Hey, are you even listening to me? I am. Just giving you a bit of your own medicine back by ignoring you as you followed me. She followed me. Tell me how good that feels now.